A very good afternoon to you. Hoping to find you very well today on what is here in Manchester quite a nice day. Um, what I want to talk to you about today is vitamin D. There seems to be quite a lot of very positive research going on around vitamin D. Now, I think from my perspective, vitamin D has gone kind of um, through history as being a little bit of an uninspiring kind of vitamin, but it is very important because it has so many positive health benefits where we, as human beings, actually need. We gain vitamin D solely from being in sunshine. So in those countries where they maybe have months of darkness, for instance, those up near the Arctic, and even places here like Britain where we don't have a lot of sunshine. I come from Manchester. Manchester's famed for its rain and therefore dull, grey skies that stop the sun beaming down. Today being one of the rare exceptions where we see blue and big yellow ball. So what do we do if we're in somewhere that doesn't get a lot of sunshine, or if your skin color is naturally darker, so if you're brown or black, your body doesn't gain as much vitamin D from sunshine as it does if you are of a paler complexion. So my advice, if you want to call it that, I wouldn't deem to be as arrogant to tell you to do this, but I'm going to tell you what I do and what I have found as somebody who takes vitamin D as part of my regime every day. Now, as you know, there's a few things wrong with me at the moment. I say at the moment, forever, that I take prescribed meds for. Of course I do. I would be very foolish not to, especially where my asthma and my multiple sclerosis is concerned. But every day I take off-the-shelf things that you can go into your local pound store or dollar store if you're in America and just buy off the shelf. And I buy a little pot of multivitamins, so it has all sorts in there, but importantly for me, these are the ones that I believe do me the most good. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, which we all know is a fantastic vitamin. Vitamin D, there it is. Calcium, magnesium, and zinc. Now I take those every single day, come day, go day, weekly, monthly, yearly, throughout my life. Now, what can I tell you about my personal perception of the benefits, certainly of vitamin D? If we go back a few years, there was this little infection. You might have heard of it. And even then, when the pressure was from those on high in government and also those who are far better than us, people like me who are unwashed and ill-educated, were telling us that we had to have a certain medication, whether we wanted to or not, pumped into our bodies. There was also at that point little murmurings that there may well be benefits to be had by upping your dosage of vitamin D. Now the problem was, you may also remember at this particular point in time, there were directives that you had to lock yourself away in your house and only go out for when it's absolutely necessary, when you need to buy things like, I don't know, food maybe, and toilet rolls, of course. So you couldn't actually count on vitamin D production from being outdoors. But I don't know one of many things I don't know, but two things I know for definite. One, I don't know whether people realised how important being outdoors actually is on so many fronts. It lifts your mood, it makes you feel better by interacting with people, that kind of thing. And of course, sunshine, vitamin D, better health. And of course, secondly, how important it is, if you're not getting out, to underpin it by taking something that you can take off shelf for a relatively small amount of money. Now, Going back to my health scenario, I have asthma, chronic asthma. I've had it all my life. It is well managed at the moment, but there was quite a lot of time where I wasn't well with it. And many moons ago, I caught pneumonia, which caused a huge problem with my bronchial system. I then developed pleurisy. I had a massive asthma attack and nearly didn't survive. Now, that then puts me fairly and squarely in the at-risk category that we were told about during the worldwide infection. Now, at that point in time, I was taking all my meds and my off-the-shelf vitamins. I chose not to have a vaccination on the basis that I had previously had a vaccination which had caused a major problem in my life. So I'm now very hesitant to have things tried or tested, whatever, pumped into my body, because I really don't know how I am going to react as an asthmatic, plus as somebody who suffers from many other fairly serious diseases that are going on right now. So I chose not to have it. I also chose not to wear masks because I didn't believe that a paper face mask would stop a molecule which is 50 times smaller, 500 times smaller than the diameter of a human hair getting into your system. I'm fairly sure that if you plucked a human hair out of your head and see where it'd fit between your mask and your face, I'm fairly sure it would go in. So I chose not to do that. I also chose not to lock myself away because being registered disabled and with having multiple sclerosis, you are told to exercise as much as your body will allow you, because if you don't, your joints get affected and so on and so forth. So all the things that a lot of people were doing, I didn't do, but I did do what a lot of people weren't doing, which was underpinning my well-being using multiple vitamins, one of which was vitamin D. And I never had as much of a sniffle in the whole 2 years of the nonsense that we've all just lived through. Now, I'm prepared to say, from my point of view, that I say a big thank you to vitamin D for helping me do that. Of course, vitamin C as well. We all know the old sailors' tales of scurvy, that they all came down with scurvy because they weren't getting enough vitamin C. And who knows whether vitamin C has other hidden powers that help me get through the infection. The other thing that's quite important, that's only come to press this week, the VA in America. Now, a lot of Americans, if you're watching this, you will know this, the VA, which is, I've only ever known it as the VA, but apparently it's called the Veteran Affairs Department. I always thought it was the Veterans Association, just goes learn something new every day. And what their research is showing is that it helps with mental health. What it's shown with ex-forces, ex-military, it helps with their mental health. A lot of people who are having suicidal thoughts or PTSD have been helped by taking a relatively high dose of vitamin D every day. They have also been helped with diabetes, pre-diabetes patients who their doctors had said to them, look, you're now on the scale of type 2 diabetes, take vitamin D. They've gone on that and they're taking it every day as I take it, and that's reduced their risk of developing type 1 diabetes. And current research team seems to show that it helps with pre-demential patients. Now, as you're aware, my mum died of dementia. It was an awful last 6 years of her life. I saw the person I loved, knew, cherished, be erased from. She was there in body and soul and everything. She was there, but in here, she knew she had a son called Stuart, but that wasn't me. And had I known, had this research come out at that point in history, I would have ensured, because I became her primary carer, I would have ensured that she had a high dosage of vitamin D every day. I did everything I could to try to make her life easier. I tried to introduce easy puzzles to her to try to get this firing, that kind of thing. But I think the damage was done then by the strain of dementia she had, which was called Lewy body dementia, which was brand new at the time. When my mum was diagnosed about 12 years ago now, it was a brand new thing and they didn't know a lot about it. But had I known then that there was even the smallest possibility that vitamin D could have possibly helped, I would have ensured she'd have been on it. So I guess what I'm saying to kind of round this up 10 minutes or so in, if you're not taking vitamin D now, start taking it now, because there is already a whisper down the line that there's going to be another health issue coming along, and they seem to think it's going to be some variant on the bird flu virus. Now, who knows if vitamin D worked for the mystery infection that affected so many others, that I found to my benefit, and I'm only talking for myself here, I vouch for myself that I was never ill. I sincerely believe that the vitamin D helped that, considering I didn't take any other preventative measures other than eat healthy food and drink lots of water. That's all. That's the only changes I made. Maybe vitamin D helped me with that, so maybe, just maybe, it could help with any future viruses that may come into the population, and it will certainly, no doubt at all, help your day-to-day well-being. So vitamin D, miracle drug? No, because it's always been around, it's always been in our food, it's always been in the sunshine, so it's always been there. An underestimated super drug, who knows? So please try it. If you're not taking it, please try it. I am sure that you're not going to be 3 days in and think, oh, fantastic, I should have a big red S on my chest. That's how good I feel. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if it's anything that I perceive as far as not getting something that affected quite a lot of people, some tragically, others who just had a variant of the flu kind of feeling, I didn't have any of that. I can only say that for me, vitamin D worked. So please try it. Please try it. Live a healthy lifestyle, lots of fresh fruit, lots of water, vitamin D, a good dose every day. You can pick it up cheaply off the shelf. And if, get a multivitamin pack where you've got tablets that have literally vitamins from A to Z all the way through. You can take those as a one shot every single day. Give it a try. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope it helps. I can only beseech you to try it. What have you got to lose? Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.